Good evening, and welcome to The Werewolf Knows, Part 2. Many of you may be asking yourself, why is the werewolf outside? The werewolf says, no need to discuss. You might also be asking yourself, what else does this werewolf know? We know that he knows girls. We know that he knows style. He also knows beer, friends. But most of all, the werewolf indeed knows college football. You can win this year by listening to what the werewolf knows. So listen up for your futures and conferences, for your own sake, and of those you love. Start off in the ACC. The championship game will match up Florida State and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech wins. Logan Thomas at quarterback. Cam Newton type physically. Also an improved defense. Florida State plays at Florida the last game of the year, while Virginia Tech plays at Virginia. Virginia Tech gets the edge. E.J. Emanuel makes too many mistakes in the end. Virginia Tech is also a great dark horse, national championship contender. Teaser alert. Next up is Big East. West Virginia, the Mountaineers. New coach. Great offense. A lot of firepower. They get Pitt and at USF the last game, 2 games of the year. That means the Big East will go right into their hands. We'll get West Virginia at the Big East. In the Big Ten, Wisconsin now has Russell Wilson at quarterback to start. The 2 best running backs in the nation, Ball and White, behind him. Nebraska is a popular pick in the Big Ten. But the schedule is very tough. While they will meet in the Big Ten championship game, we'll take Wisconsin to win it all in the Big Ten. Michigan State also plays all of their tough games away from home. In the Big 12, no championship game, they lost a team. So Oklahoma wins. They get Texas A&M November the 5th, December the 3rd at Oklahoma State. Conference USA, Houston versus Southern Miss. Case Keenum, Heisman Trophy candidate. They get SMU and at Tulsa the final 2 games. Southern Miss at UAB and Memphis the final 2. Central Florida, last year's champ, will take a step back on defense. Tulsa loses their dynamic playmaker and Demarius Johnson. So Southern Miss will beat Houston in the Conference USA championship game. In the MAC, Ohio versus Toledo. Ohio, the only team out of their division that keeps their head coach. But they have a new quarterback, not quite enough on defense, especially not for Toledo. Their best team in years, and they play all their difficult games at home. They also have 18 returning starters. Western Michigan and Northern Illinois will be good foes in that division, but we'll give it to Toledo in the MAC. The Mountain West Conference. Boise State moves into this conference, therefore they win. They play Georgia, first game of the year in Atlanta, and TCU November the 12th. Boise State wins. Period. In the Pac-12, the newly formed Pac-12, Oregon versus Arizona State. Arizona State by default in their championship game. Utah has a crappy secondary. UCLA is questionable. So Arizona State, with one of the best defenses in the newly formed Pac-12, will meet Oregon in their championship game, and Oregon wins. In the SEC, Alabama, LSU, Arkansas, Mississippi State, all good candidates in the Western Division. South Carolina, Georgia. In the East, we'll put Alabama versus South Carolina in the SEC championship game. Alabama will win, based on defense alone. The Sun Belt, Troy or Florida International. Yes, you know Troy Trojans and the Florida International Golden Panthers. It is a toss-up. Florida International gets Troy at home on the 25th of October. So we're going to give it to Florida International. The WAC. in the WAC. Hawaii, Fresno State, Nevada. Who will it be? Hawaii gets Nevada at home on the 12th of November, and Fresno State on the 19th. Nevada plays Idaho, their last game of the year. We're going to go with Hawaii. Lethal at home. Brahmanese at quarterback. A better defense. Hawaii wins the MAC. So to recap, the Werewolf says in the ACC, Virginia Tech. The Big East, West Virginia. The Big Ten, Wisconsin. The Big 12, Oklahoma. Conference USA, Southern Miss. The MAC is Toledo's MAC division. The Mountain West, Boise State. The Pac-12, Oregon. The SEC, Alabama, Sun Belt, Florida International University, and the WAC, Hawaii. You still have a little bit of time left to throw it down. Value picks for conferences. The Werewolf knows we'll be back. This is part 2 in a long series. Good luck in college football.